So I always get asked, leading up to Q4, what are the key things people need to be considering doing when they're leading into the Q4 period? First thing they need to do is think about the strategy. What is the strategic objective of your Q4 period outside of sell as much stock as you possibly can? It's really about thinking about what products have you got, where have you got them, and where do you need to get them to? Because the strategy is going to start giving you the ballpark of a framework of where you need to get your stock from, and two, to make sure it's in the right place. Once you've got that strategy, the next thing you need to do is start thinking about what inventory you're going to need and the forecast you've got going forwards. Because you can start then working with your suppliers. Not only necessarily your manufacturers, but your fulfillment partners, your shipping partners, and anyone you're working with in other jurisdictions. It's really important you start thinking about the strategy and getting it all aligned. Once you've got a forecast is the most important thing that helps everything in Q4 run smoothly, especially for providers like us. Fulfillment is a crucial element to your strategy leading into Q4. Who's going to do the fulfillment? What happens if there's a problem with the fulfillment? Have you got the right stock in the right location? There's so many different things you need to consider for your fulfillment strategy. You need to make sure you've got it right. One of the biggest things we see that goes wrong is that we don't have a forecast. Again, I'm coming back to that forecast word. And the reason I come back to forecast is if you let us know you're going to do 1,000 orders a day, we can prepare for 1,000 orders a day. We can make sure our suppliers, Royal Mail, GeoPost, DHL, UPS, everyone knows the volume we're expecting to ship. And what that enables us to do is, one, make sure we've got the right rates. Two, to make sure that our suppliers are ready to fulfill when your increase happens. And what that also does is it means that it's frictionless. We can make sure we've got the right staff in the right place, we've got the right suppliers delivering for us. It's all very well getting stock into region, but if you don't have stock in time, going through customs into the warehouses and being fulfilled at the right pace, and then even worse, a postal strike happens and you can't get the stock out. So it's a good idea to make sure there's a backup service provider for your fulfillment. Here in the UK, if Royal Mail goes on strike, who are you going to use? What does that backup actually look like? Because there's several areas to making sure things work. One of those is making sure you've got the forecast. The forecast leads into your supplier, and your supplier's suppliers know what the forecast is. By doing all of those things, that's going to enable you as the business owner to have confidence in your partners to deliver for that time of year. And of course, we then get into, yes, we've got the logistics piece sorted. But what about the sales channels? Making sure you're using the right sales channels for your right product is crucial, especially when you're operating outside of region. Things like making sure you've got websites, ads, and hell, even AI now. How are those things working for you and working with you rather than against? There's a whole load of things to consider leading into Q4, but here's my top 5. 1, strategy. 2, inventory planning. 3, forecasting. 4, fulfillment partners and making sure they're ready and they understand your forecast. And finally, your suppliers' suppliers. Because it's not the suppliers that let you down, it's the suppliers' suppliers. Get the forecast fixed and make sure you have a successful Q4.